on the lock button. It is GloucesterCast 291?
Oh my goodness.
291. 908. We say this every time like we're surprised. For the last 4 weeks we've been saying, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I lose track during the week, so I just can't believe that we're 9 away.
I lost track too, I had to think. But yeah, we're 9 away from 300.
After today it'll be 8 away. So that's like 2
right.
months. Right. That's, wow.
2 months.
Right. So that'll be mid-October. Right around your birthday.
We discussed what we were thinking about doing. What was it?
I forget.
It was something
Somebody
great.
said something fun.
We're off to a great start. We can't remember anything.
Was it like go on the landing? Maybe we should just like go on the landing. We should do that.
No, we can't record.
Oh, we can't record on that.
We'll figure it out though. It's going to be something awesome. We are joined by Tashjy
Good morning.
and Sharon Scott. First time on the podcast.
First time.
New to Gloucester, new to Rocky Neck. She landed in the epicenter of coolness and awesomeness.
She said
So
it.
great there.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Open arms. Everyone was so lovely. Greeted us. The Tashy's have a wonderful friendship group, and we were.
Did
You're
you guys
psyched.
know each other before?
We did.
Oh,
Did you recruit her?
Oh.
She did.
I did. Yeah, actually, my husband behind the scenes recruited her. I didn't even know she was looking to move out, and she'd mentioned Newburyport, and for some reason, after a cocktail or two, it was Gloucester, and it worked out really,
Easily
really well.
bored. Easily.
Yeah.
So I went to Bishop Fenwick High School in Peabody, and little by little, all of my buddies,
Have moved
class of
here. Oh, that's so
1985,
funny.
are starting to come. So one moves, and then we're having all these parties, we're doing all this crazy stuff, and they're like, and then now with Facebook, right? The cat's out of the bag,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Are you kidding me? What am I doing in Topsfield?"
Right.
There's like 2 things all year long.
Parade.
Right? And in Gloucester, it's like every weekend we have this plethora of options that like our biggest problem is deciding what awesome event we're going to go to, right?
It is
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Like this past weekend, there was the Bluefin Blowout, the Sidewalk Bazaar, all the any restaurant that going on.
Super fun.
We're always like, which restaurant should we go to? I mean, it's really like, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
we
so
are
many-
spoiled.
A wealth of riches.
Which always brings me to the fact of, and I was one of these people at one time, like if you were born here and if you didn't go to college or didn't live away from here, you don't have a point of reference of how awesome this place is.
Right.
So I hear a lot of townies say, oh, there's nothing to do. And you're just like looking at them like, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Because if you can't find something to do here, then you're out of your mind. You are out
Absolutely
of your mind.
true. Yeah.
You guys are here. This is the second time you've been here to promote Wednesdays on the Neck.
Yep. Wednesdays on the Neck.
The second one is coming up this Wednesday.
August 8th, this Wednesday, 6 p.m. And the July 11th one was very successful. We had a lot of foot traffic down there.
Wonderful.
It was wonderful. We had music, and it was a real festive atmosphere. I think just to go back to our original point of having these Wednesdays on the Neck is that we've lost some artists, and we noticed that the foot traffic was getting a little light, and
There were so many people walking around, going in and out of galleries. It was wonderful to see.
On the last one, yeah.
And young families too.
Yeah.
We noticed a lot
I'm
of
sorry, what was that?
young families.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
it was nice to see.
Yeah, so we're really happy. So, like I said, the community group got together and said, let's see what we can do about maybe bringing some foot traffic in. And we know that we've got competing priorities on Thursdays. We've got lots going on Thursdays, to your point, Joe, about how busy Gloucester is. So we decided Wednesdays on the Neck, and we're really excited about this one. We're hoping the weather looks like it's going to be good. So the types of things, just for the folks that are hearing it, we're looking to have your families come down. We've got lots of things for kids to do. The artists, we've got somebody from the art colony that's going to, shepherd the people through in and out of the galleries to help them, maybe get the foot traffic to kind of go in a little bit more, which is a nice
Like
idea.
tours almost?
Say again?
Like a tour almost?
Yeah, exactly. They have a couple of the people.
So where would the
with
people
art.
go to start?
Well, they just head right into Rocky Neck and Park, and we have a.
Where are they going to find the tour? How do you know who the tour person is?
Well, they'll be floating around. They'll be
We'll
floating
have
around.
our shirts on.
We'll have our shirts on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the picture. So look
Yeah.
in the show notes. You'll see the photo of you guys with your awesome shirts. And shepherding the people into
Shepherding
the
people
gallery.
in and out of the galleries, and like there's 3 major points. You got the beginning where you got the cultural center and that whole area of artists up there, and then as you head in the middle, it's going to be more kid centric, where the ice cream store is, and there'll be face painting and rock painting and other things going on, some games and popcorn for the kids. And then the third point will be the landing of the Madfish Wharf, which even from the last time, which was July 11th, from July 11th to August 8th, you're going to see a huge transformation.
Yeah, I put some pictures up last week. Did you saw the pictures?
Yes, I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
Amazing. From
Can you believe how wonderful
that?
that's turned out? So, and my cousin Ginger is from the cottage is going to be, having a wonderful. She's not having a big band this time. She's having an artist. I think it's either a sax player or a violin player. So she's going to have some really funky music down there, and all of the galleries and jewelry shops are all ready to go down there as well.
You one of your favorite painters, Joe Fish, is down there.
Right.
No, he's not a painter. Well, yeah, he is a painter, I guess.
Printer.
Yeah, a printer, yeah.
Well, guess what he has that I'm dying. I meant to go back and get one. I'm going to come this time, but his beautiful works.
You're talking about the place. You're going to talk about the placemats?
Yes.
I love the face.
I got them all. We use them all the time at the house. They're awesome.
You know what?
It's the best value ever. Like, you can get his thing. I mean, I have one of his framed prints,
Yeah.
and it's the big tuna tail, and on the blue with the white tail. It's amazing.
And they're at Tano too. His prints are at Tano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the placemats, I think they're like $12. And it's like,
Yes, and you know what I'm
they're
going to
gorgeous.
use mine for?
Right.
My kitty. Wouldn't that be cute? Have a
don't
kitty.
you're gonna have the kitty pee on the fish?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Put his little water dish and his little.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Wouldn't that be cute?
It's brilliant. No, it is smart. I thought you were talking about have the cat pee and poop on the thing.
How do things get to that level
I
so
don't know.
quickly? I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes it interesting.
I also think too, like even some of the artists have fabulous note cards, and I always think that's
Yes,
great
yes.
hostess gifts. Joe Fish in particular has great notes cards. If you ever go to someone's house for cocktails, it's such a great idea to wrap them in cellophane. And I think a lot of those
idea.
artists are trying to do things like that, or small prints or postcards. Postcards can be framed. Great gift to just give
Good
somebody a
idea,
blank
good idea.
frame and a postcard. So
I didn't know he had note cards.
he
too.
does, he does. And most of the artists do, and that's what's so great, because if you're not of the mindset to maybe go buy big at one point in time, you can kind of dabble in art by doing things like that. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So anyway, so
His
that's
hats too.
And
This is all about Joe Fish. There's no one else down there. But no, his hats are awesome
no,
too. The
but
little
also
tuna
there's
tail.
that wonderful gallery that is the cooperative gallery.
yes,
Oh,
Is
gallery
53,
yeah.
is it?
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful building. It's
Is
beautiful.
that part of Rocky Neck Cultural Center? How did
Yes,
you
so
know
the
that
so the
works?
cultural center is basically the art colony's nucleus. So
Okay.
the art colony would be all of the artists, or have a collaborative, and the collaborative comes all the way to here. So that any artist along here, Cripple Cove.
okay.
So the art colony expands beyond Rocky Neck, and so that's their nucleus. But the way that they actually man that shop per se, or that gallery, and they all house their pieces in there.
There,
So it's a
right.
chance, and that's a beautiful. They have beautiful stuff in
They
there
have
this
beautiful
year.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good Morning Gloucester is represented in Rocky Neck Art Colony.
Okay.
Not like we don't have work there. We could have work
We
there,
could have work
or,
there.
or whatever. But like when they did the overlay, the district, you know how the historic district or the art district or whatever it was,
Yep.
like it started here because of Good
Okay.
Morning Gloucester is a cultural kind of
Oh, okay.
collaborative thing.
Oh, I didn't
And
realize the
so
Rocky Neck Cultural
when they were
District
putting it
started
together,
here.
they
That's
asked, and I said, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And actually, her, oh god, I forget her name.
David Clark, who's up there?
The green building. It's a studio.
Oh, Anna.
Anna
Wojcik. Anna Wojcik.
Wojcik. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the illustrator.
Right.
Children's
So it
book.
starts here and then
There you
goes
go.
down to Rocky
Yeah,
Neck.
so that's really cool, I think, because we didn't know that until we got into this committee, that the art colony actually expanded all the way down here, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I should say that more.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, part of the Rocky Neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, but
We do have works.
It
Yeah.
helps for the
Yeah.
Rocky Neck, right?
So anyway, so please come down for those folks that are listening.
I'm psyched. I didn't realize there was stuff for the kids because I have my daughters on Wednesday night, so it'd be perfect for me.
Definitely come down, and I'm going to actually put some kind of a musician on my deck in my house. I'm kind of in that midpoint, so people can
wonderful.
see that there's more to go down that way. So we're
That's
looking
a good
forward to
idea.
it.
Yeah, Dak, you
Yeah,
should
very
have
good
you should
idea.
do a little. You should reenact like the scene from Romeo and Juliet from
Yeah,
Dak.
that's exactly.
Or Rapunzel. No, Rapunzel. You should have.
Yeah,
Let me down your hair. Let me climb up to the
we'll
ladder.
have Abby's hair go down.
Obviously, it's pretty long. We can do extension.
Yeah, you could do it.
Extensions.
Be
Yeah,
awesome.
no, we're going to try to get some activity at my house because I'm kind of at that midpoint, where the kids are. But please do.
If
come
you had
down.
cocktails, I'd love to.
Oh, I have cocktails. My house was.
We made sure of that.
We made
after.
sure that we were the after party. I have some people
What?
coming down
Oh.
from Westford that's housing that. So please come down. I really encourage everybody to come and partake. And there's something for kids, It's going to be a wonderful night. The ice cream store's doing promotions. We've got games for them. And
Ice cream store's doing promotions.
Yeah, like $1 an ice cream for young kiddos. Which
What?
Is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially
Bring the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Oh, and the restaurants will always continue doing like last time we had drink of the night for the studio, which was really nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you brought her.
I know.
You wouldn't have had that.
I know.
Value added.
Myself too much.
That's
but
right.
Value added.
Joe, you're
That's right. So, anyway, please come down. I don't know if there's any other questions or anything else I can answer. I feel like I've all of a sudden gone blank on anything else we need
No,
to
but there's the
That's
website.
right.
There's the Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Have you been updating the Facebook page?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll put a link to the Facebook page. What was it?
Rocky Neck.
Rocky Neck.
Facebook page.
Okay. I will put the link there. So any other and link will be in the show notes. So if you have any questions, you can go there, and I'm sure you'll be updating as the date gets closer.
Yes, but so everybody, please come.
Yes.
Enjoy Rocky Neck on August 8th.
Unless I get out of work insanely crazy late,
Yeah, bring-
I'm planning to come.
Yeah,
Right.
Look for
Right.
you,
Bring the
Joe.
girls
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't doing
go
anything
down
at
there.
5 o'clock tonight, Kathy's having an awesome driveway party. She wanted me to invite you to.
Oh, good. It's a good thing you said it now, because the podcast doesn't get to 8 because you'd have the whole city down there.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Cut that out.
Yeah, no, that's a great party too. Who picked up? Oh, Susan Lipset got some ingredients to make something for that party.
Yeah, it got canceled last night, so it's tonight now.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, but she'd love to see you guys.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
Oh,
please
that's
do.
so
You can
nice.
cut that out of
Thank
the
you.
podcast.
Co-op part.
The inviting everybody.
No, because it doesn't get posted till 8 o'clock. By the time people listen, it'll
Right.
already be
Okay,
done.
she's gonna kill me.
No. Guests won't hear it.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I
Okay.
mean, listeners won't hear it until
Okay.
after the party's over with.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds
So don't
good.
worry.
Well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank
Nice
you
to
guys.
meet
Have a
you.
wonderful Sunday, and thank you so much for doing what you do, Joe. We forgot to thank you up front. You do a lot for the community, and
Kim does.
And
All
Kim
the
as well.
contributors. All the
Yeah,
contributors.
you guys do a great job.
Teamwork.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, just like you guys all in the Rocky Neck committees and stuff like that.
yeah,
More hands make lighter work.
that's right. Right. Enjoy
Yeah.
the rest of your day, and I hope to see you
you.
tonight and on August 8th.
Thank you.
Take care now.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Aren't they sweet?
Yeah, they love those ladies. They really do. Look at it. They left you one of their nice posters.
Yeah, I'll leave it up at the
Okay.
dock so the
Great.
fishermen can come down.
Wow, it's great. Wow, there's so much going on right now.
Yeah, which brings me to this topic. It was so weird to me that it was late in the afternoon a couple days ago that someone said, "Have you been down to the Sidewalk Bazaar?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I kind of know when it is every year, but usually you see some signage
Signs and
or people
stuff,
talk
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I saw nothing,
Yeah.
and
that's funny.
maybe I just had.
Oh no! The only reason why I
knew.
knew about it was because I was down on Main Street Thursday night, and I was like, "Oh, I wish I'd known that this was going on." So
It's kind of weird. So I went to the chamber website
right?
because I always thought that the chamber kind of took the lead on that, and so it's broken down on their calendar. It's broken down into chamber events and then community events
Okay.
and then something else. And the community events is just about everything.
Okay.
And it wasn't listed under the chamber events, so the chamber must not be involved, in the Sidewalk Bazaar,
Right,
at
'cause
least this year.
they would have
Because we would have heard about it.
Right, they would have told us about it.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I wonder I wonder if it's that downtown group that took it over. I'm not sure.
Interesting. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's but
Well, anyways,
I hope it was. They got that pouring rain yesterday.
Oh yeah. And then the Bluefin blowout was going on at the same time.
Bluefin blowout. We went down there. Well, we were gonna stop at. So our plan was yesterday to stop in at the walk the Sidewalk Bazaar.
Yeah.
That's always a nice walk.
Yeah, it's fun.
I wanted to go to Nelson's because Nelson's always usually has a really good sale in the Sidewalk Bazaar for working guys.
Right, good to know.
But we left the house and literally left the house and it started downpouring. And I was like, oh damn, those poor merchants.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, this is probably really good for the restaurants because. So
people
coming
are down
down,
there,
coming down this street right here, East Main,
Yeah.
and going towards, is it Sayward? Going towards Sayward, all the beach traffic coming out because it was pouring. So in the morning it was sunny and beautiful,
Right.
and
People are
11:30, 12 or whatever, it was pouring out, and so I'm like, it was 11:30. I know exactly because I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is actually fortuitous for the restaurants because people that plan to go to the beach and they're from out of town, like, well, what are we gonna do now?
Right.
11:30. We might as well go right to one of the restaurants.
And then it was like the rain was intermittent, so then they could, after eating, then they could go
to the Booth and Blowout.
Right. Oh no, I was going to say go to the Sidewalk
Bazaar,
Bazaar,
right?
And then go to the.
But I looked down Main Street when it was pouring, and I didn't see anyone on the street. I saw tents, but like people must have brought their stuff in because it was pouring. It was just a kind of a debacle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wasn't there, so maybe the rest of the time they had a good thing. But we did go to the Booth and Blowout. Oh. And I had the best week. I had the best weekend of my entire summer this weekend.
Wow, that is so awesome to hear that. And you don't get to do like when everybody else is playing. Most people have
Saturday and Sunday
right,
off.
They're playing in
and
the
they
summertime.
And they can.
You have your one day, and
I get my one day,
right.
and like the next day I have to get up at 3:30 again. Right. So
it has to kind of be an early day thing.
Yeah, but we got that. So it was Tuesday night. I was contacted early last week if I wanted to do a barbecue competition at the Bluefin Blowout on Friday night, and they said at 6, and I'm like,
that's
no.
Risky. Yeah,
I said no. I can't do it. First of all, I have to pick up my daughters at 5:30, or when I get out of work, and I don't know what time I'm getting out of work on Friday, so it'd be just too much.
Right.
So then Tuesday, I get the call, and they say, we want you to do a barbecue competition with your daughters, and we'll do it at 7.
Oh wow!
I'm like. It just inside me. It's just like, oh my god, this is because you want to like the summers fly by, and especially at their age, you want to do these memorable, awesome things, right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my god, this combines
all
my love, right? Like my daughters, and my I wish Kate could have been there. She had already bought tickets to do this event in Boston with Connor, but my daughters barbecuing competition. At Cape Ann Marina with Warren Waugh and Anthony Caterano's involved and Peter Zappa from the Causeway. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, because my daughters, like people probably don't know, but my daughters, and this is probably true for a lot of families, but I'm not sure, like they watch Chopped all the time. They'll sit there and watch like 5 episodes of Chopped because they love the cooking competitions, and they love to cook. Madeline loves to bake. Eloise loves to cook. And they're always we go to the grocery store, they get recipes or whatever, and they do pretty elaborate recipes.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
And they love doing creative little we're gonna make this and we're gonna sell these things in school, and industrious little projects. So I'm like, and so this, I knew their heads were gonna explode, and so I was so psyched. And so the rules were that they were going to, Anthony Caterano from Tono was going to supply tuna loin and Kobe beef.
Okay.
We were to make Peter Zappa and his sons compete. Who owns Peter Zappa, unbelievable chef that owns Causeway Restaurant, has been cooking his whole life. Is amazing, beautiful family. Versus me, the guy that has taken up barbecue as a passion. But I don't I do it at my pace, or I rush to make something down the dock on the grill between boats, right? Yeah. But so the rules were you have to bring everything. Like I brought my grills down there,
okay,
and then we had to bring our utensils, trays, plates, napkins,
everything.
gloves, everything.
So did they supply
the protein?
The protein, and so then did you?
All the condiment, everything.
Everything else you had to bring. Okay, wow.
Which was with my work schedule.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
It was insane. If you saw my list, I posted my list.
Wow.
It's of things that I had check marks. Did I procure it? Did I pack it? Did I procure it? Did I pack it? So
wow.
I had help. Kate helped me get the stuff. She helped pre-cook the bacon. I'll explain what we made. But anyway, we had the best time. And Peter and his family were so gracious, the people we were competing against. And I always hate, I don't like to be the braggy father. So I just, I was just so proud of them. Like we had an elaborate appetizer with this, what we created, which was a like 3-inch by 3-inch piece of tuna. We made the girls made a 3x3 bacon weave.
Oh, beautiful!
They put the bacon weave down.
Wow! Oh.
Smeared smashed up avocado in the same dimension of the tuna, the squared off tuna loin,
wow.
and then put cracked black pepper over on the avocado,
That
smashed up
sounds so
avocado.
delicious.
Then we placed the tuna loin right on top of that, squared it off, and then folded the bacon weave back over, and then cooked it.
Oh.
So it was bacon encrusted
Oh my god!
tuna loin
Do you
with
have some
avocado.
Are you going to post pictures of that?
I did post I posted the whole recipe and a video
Okay.
how we made it.
Okay.
Wow. But so we didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and I did not want. So my sister's like, "Oh, I have a tuna recipe." I'm like, "No." I'm like, I know she's well intentioned. I'm like, it isn't going to be Sister Felicia's recipe.
Right.
And I didn't want to go to YouTube and find something that someone else did and do that and like take credit for it. I really wanted it to be something that's never been done. I am fairly certain that this had never been done.
Wow.
But it's things that I love, and it's barbecue-y, with the bacon.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
that sounds amazing.
And so then we had a wasabi soy with sugar, a little lemon juice, and mayo dipping sauce on the side.
So do you think?
And this tuna was very rare,
rare. So could you use other fish? Could you do that with swordfish or?
You could probably do it with sword. There's certain fish bacon would lend itself more to it.
Like I'm trying to think even
scallops. Sword would actually. Scallops would definitely.
Like a little basket of scallops and the bacon wrapped around like a little scallop basket.
Yeah, that would work.
That sounds
bacon wrapped in scallops growing up was my favorite.
Too.
Appetizer. But we could have done that.
But it was about tuna. But I'm just wondering because if
we
I read
tried.
the recipe,
Initially, when the girls came on Wednesday night,
I
got home from work late. I was exhausted. We went to the grocery store. In my head, I said, let's make atomic tuna turds. The atomic buffalo turds that I make, which are jalapenos with stuffed with cream cheese and wrapped in bacon in there. But let's layer a piece of tuna on top, and we instead of just cream cheese, we'll mix the sriracha with the cream cheese, then put the slice of tuna, then wrap it in bacon, and then drizzle sriracha mayo. You know how like a truffle, how you would go back and forth over a truffle? Yeah. Drizzle that over the top of the, when it's finished with a little bit more barbecue rub. Right. We tried that. So I got home and from the grocery store at like 7:30, and I had the girls. I showed them what I wanted them to do. Then it was up to them because I was going to be cooking the burgers to execute this, and they did it perfectly. But and it was delicious. Right. But the tuna was and we did it to be. What actually happened is they didn't have tuna at the store. I used salmon, just to see if it would work. Right. As it turned out, the fish got completely lost. Oh, and if you watch those shows, you get demerits if they tell you have to use this ingredient and it's totally lost in the thing. So I was really I was worried because at this point it's 8:30. I'm cooked. I still have to clean because I'm not gonna have Kate clean up after our mess, and I was like, I could still go with this because we could really have fun with tuna turds, buffalo, and like the making of the tuna turds with the jalapeno and stuffing it. Like in the barbecue world, people have seen turds, atomic buffalo turds, but no one's seen a tuna turd. But around here, just to have fun with the judges, this is an atomic tuna turd, and they're like, "What?" Can you see Safat there with that, right? Yeah. So I'm like, at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, we're going up against Peter Zappa. I'm like, this guy has been in the kitchen his whole life. We're the total underdogs. Like, we just have to do something interesting. We have to swing for the fences. Like, really, we have to, just try. It's either going to be, we're going to hit a home run, or it's going to be a complete disaster. But we're going to really just swing for the fences, right? And so then I remembered that I had seen, I remember I had made these things called fatties. And a fatty is like sausage meat stuffed. You could put onions and sauteed onions and cheese inside, and then you do a bacon weave around it, then you kind of cook it to temp, and then it's like, and then you cut it in half, and the cheese oozes out.
And does the bacon get crispy on the outside?
So that was one of my concerns. Yeah. Susan Lipset came down the wharf, and Anthony Caterano. I was talking to them about it. I didn't tell a lot of people because I really wanted to keep it a surprise. And she was like, well, why don't you just partially cook the bacon? I was like, and I was worried that, like, it wouldn't be pliable. Right. You know? Right. But I'm like, so Kate and I got home from work on Thursday night, so I had one more night before to finalize everything. So we partially cooked the bacon, and it was 17 minutes at 325 on a bake like the raised sheet cookie sheet thing, whatever. And it was perfectly pliable and cooked just enough so that it would be browned, and we wouldn't cook the tuna all the way through. We wanted the tuna to be rarish, Just a little bit cooked on the outside, but really rarish. This is good quality. Anthony Caterano has given us beautiful fish, right? So I was excited at the results. But the girls had been, Thursday they go back with their mom, and I was going to get them back again on Friday night. So I had to give them a tutorial. So I went to where did I go? I went to the fish market in town, and I bought some tuna loin. Oh, okay. So Kate and I did a practice run, and I took pictures of every step, and I made a little video. And I emailed privately to Eloise the video, and we talked on the phone about each different step, and I gave her money to purchase bacon so that she could practice doing the bacon weaves, because they don't know what a bacon weave is, right? I mean, it's easy enough to do, but like a lot of people don't know what a bacon weave is, right? And so I'm like, the people are gonna freak out. Like, I mean, could you imagine these young girls like making 4 big bacon weaves and and creating this? Like, this is insane, right? Like, we're swinging for the fences. We're pushing all our chips in. It's sink or swim, and I'm like, I think we got it. I think this is a winner. I think this is a winner. And so Eric Lorden got me the brioche rolls and the wasabi. The paste or whatever. Yeah. Kate made the dipping sauce. With all those ingredients. I found that recipe for the dipping sauce.
Sounds really good.
Very good. Especially you think tuna. It's like it's kind of like a sushi type of deal, right?
Yeah, but you added mayonnaise to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. To make it a little smoother.
Creamier.
Yeah, creamier. Huh. And it was perfect dipping sauce. Perfect. I found these Tahitian, they're like a leaf plate, and we served them with chopsticks because half of the score was supposed to be presentation.
Right, that sounds beautiful.
So it was gorgeous, and the girls,
you have pictures, right?
Yeah. So Bridget was there. A lot of my friends are there, and Sharon, and so for the burger, I did my smash burgers. I didn't have any question. I have very good faith in I could produce an incredible burger. And it's funny because just last week I had been researching ultimate burgers and how to make smash burgers and stuff like that, and I had been experimenting.
Did you put that recipe in as well?
Yes, I did. Yeah, so that post, I created a post this morning explaining our experience, and it's probably the longest post that I've made in 2 years. Yeah. It took me forever to put it together, but I really wanted to chronicle the experience. So I did a smash burger. So a smash burger, you on like a flat top griddle on the barbecue, not too hot heat, but hot heat. You kind of just pull out a clump of burger, and you get a spatula and you smash it down super thin.
Okay.
And you're not cooking this to rare.
Right.
You're cooking this to caramelize.
Yeah.
You do 2 patties per burger.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I had 2 patties per burger. The girls made a sriracha mayo sauce that we slathered on the buns, on the brioche buns.
Right. Nice, but nice.
Incredible.
I love that. Right, I love
Incredible.
those.
And then we put those on the grill to get toasty.
Right.
Right?
Oh, wow.
And so 2 smash burgers down. When the edges start turning brown, coarse salt, pepper, and cracked black pepper.
Yeah.
Flip them. Put the orange, thick cut American cheese on each patty.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And then cook the other. So then cook
Do you have
the
a
other
certain
side.
brand of American cheese that you use? Or?
Land O'Lakes is fine,
Land
but
O'Lakes.
thick cut. But the orange one, not the yellow
the
one.
yeah.
Yeah, and Craig says that's called yellow American cheese. But I'm like, yellow American cheese is yellow, and this is
right.
orange. I'm like, maybe it is,
Right.
but what do you call the one that is yellow? So we had this conversation yesterday. I'm gonna have to ask the butcher, the lady at Stop and Shop, what
is this?
what am I supposed to ask for? Because I know I always ask for orange American cheese, but am I saying it wrong?
Right.
I'm not sure. So anyway, first layer, bun slathered with the sriracha mayo, toasted on the grill, right?
Right.
Second layer, bib lettuce, Boston bib lettuce. You know that green, so that you have it underneath the burger, so the burger doesn't get soggy, right?
Yeah.
Collect the juices.
Bib lettuce is really nice with that.
Oh, it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
So then smash burger with the melted American cheese dripping down the side,
Right.
like so sexy, right? Next, 2 thinly sliced spicy pickles, crisscrossed.
Now, do you use
Vlasic. I had Vlasic.
You Vlasic?
They make a spicy one that are already pre-cut, super thin,
okay.
and they're delicious. I would have used Maitland Farms.
Yeah.
I didn't have, but these are already cut, and I just want them to be super cold and that little contrast kind of deal. Then the next patty with American cheese melted on top of that. Then sautéed onions on top of that we had pre-sautéed.
Right.
We brought, because we could bring all our ingredients.
Right. Because you didn't have a whole lot of time.
No, we didn't have a lot of times. And I let Peter get started. Peter got started before me. He sautéed his onions there, so he started like 10 minutes before me because he didn't have his onions sautéed.
Right.
So it was whatever. It's all the same. So then topped with the other bun. And Eloise, credit to her idea. She buttered the tops of the brioche buns, like slightly buttered, so that they were glistening. There was and then Eric gave me the burger spears, so they held it all together nicely. It was they were constructed perfectly. They were decadent. They were succulent. They were delicious.
I want to hear the audience's response. Like
Karen Hansen told me it was the best burger she had ever eaten
in her whole entire life.
So it's funny. Safathia, who's a judge, who I love Safathia, first thing she announces, we put this stuff in front of her. They better not be spicy because I don't do spice, she says. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, this is a barbecue. We know that this is a barbecue competition and you're a judge. So are you going to grade us based on that? Or are you going to, you know what I mean? Because, this is an incredible, and it wasn't too spicy. Like, we put in the sriracha more for color to make that orangey beautiful thing than for the pickles were spicy, but you could have ate around the pickles. Whatever. I'm not creating a burger for a burger competition based around someone that doesn't like spicy food.
And also with the pickles, you can just remove the pickles.
Right. And she did, and it was fine. It was kind of predetermined that this was going to be a tie anyway, and which was fine. And Peter did a great job with his stuff.
Yeah, because the goal is you're raising money for Alzheimer's.
Right. So the fourth judge ended up being Jeff Wilkes from Glass Tech. He bid to be the fourth judge, and that money goes to Alzheimer's
awesome.
research.
Wow. You should have more judges. If they do it next year, they should have more judges.
I know, right? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
then we have to feed more people, though.
Yeah, but
we only have so much grill space.
Right. Could you make 6 things?
Yeah, we could tweak it a little bit. It was so fun. Yeah. It was so fun, and again, the Zappa family, they are just so classy and so great, and they did great. I didn't see I was finishing
You're so
up. I
wrapped
didn't
up in
see
what
his
you're doing.
tuna dish,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it was fantastic. And his burger looked great too. The point was, we had a great time.
You had a great time
with my daughters.
I hope you
He
get
had
to
a
do
great
it.
time with his family.
I hope you get to do this again.
Oh my God! Like the girls have not stopped talking about it. They want to enter like every barbecue competition known to man. And Warren Waugh, Sedalia Schwartz, like all the people. Nicole was facilitated getting me in touch with them.
Was Nicole taking pictures?
Yeah, Nicole took a bunch of pictures.
I haven't seen any pictures she posted.
She sent me a bunch of pictures, but they were downsized because she sent a ton of them through her messaging app or something. So they're all fuzzy. I'm going to ask her I hope she hasn't deleted them. We'll see. Anyway, I couldn't be more proud. Couldn't be more happy for that experience, to be able to have that with my daughters. And I'm so thankful for the friendship of Warren and all the people from the Bluefin Blowout, Drew Hale, Rob White, Sedalia Schwartz is an absolute beast. I put her on the level with my sister of, just being able to pull anything off. My sister's that way. Assigned with the impossible task, these are the type of people that will get it done.
Sedalia is just,
she is awesome.
And who's doing all the social media? She's doing
Nicole. So I talked to I'm so sorry that I forget Sedalia's assistant's name, who's that they're the marketing team that's officially on Warren's payroll for Lion Walk.
Okay.
Nicole was brought in to help with the photography, also the social media.
Okay.
Sedalia's assistant told me that their social media doubled when Nicole took it over for this thing.
Wow.
Doubled.
Wow.
That's huge.
Well, that's huge. That's
huge.
Great.
Yeah. So shout out to Nicole.
And the photos have been wonderful.
Oh,
the
God,
photos have been wonderful.
Great.
So.
She's great. I think Nicole has a second career coming as a event photographer. I really do. So, anyway, I don't want to go on too long about that, but I think that Sean Cranston's team won. When we left, they were still in the lead. Doghouse was the name of the boat at the Bluefin Blowout.
Okay. So what's the biggest one that's been landed so far?
I think it's over, but I think it was 680 something.
So that was the one that came in on Friday night?
On the first, on Friday night, yeah.
Okay.
And it held up.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of fish. There was like way more fish than have ever been landed, which was great for viewing. The kids loved it. Everybody loved it.
What do they attribute that to?
They moved the time of the year and I think they doubled the number of boats. So it was a bunch of factors.
Oh, okay.
But it was such a great event. The vendors were there. Joe Fish, we were talking about Joe earlier. Yeah. He was there selling his prints. My good friend from college, Casey Iacano, they live on Briar Neck, at the end of Briar Neck. Her and her sister, I'm not sure if her sister's in on it or not, started a company, Salt Island Salsa. And they were there selling their salsa, and their salsa is incredible.
Oh, really?
I did a post about that. It's going up at 7 o'clock tonight.
And that's a great name, Salt
Island Salsa. Isn't it such a no-brainer? So they're George Iacano and Casey and I graduated from Bentley together in '89.
Okay.
And we were really good friends. Still good friends. So George's brother, Greg Iacano, is married to Enza Sanfilippo.
Okay.
And she makes the lobster trap, the wine trap,
the condiment holders,
the wine holders, all that. And so their family is like this industrious family, and they were just sweet people. But I'm putting a link to their Salt Island Salsa.
Wow! Oh, I can't wait to read that post.
Yeah. But that Bluefin Blowout, it's amazing. Mile Marker and Cape Air Marina does an incredible job with this event. There's a ton of people there. It is well organized, well oiled, fun. And they're doing a ton of business. They're bringing a ton of people into town with a ton of money, and dropping it all over the place.
And it just gets bigger every year.
It's bigger every year, and it's not just it's not just for for wealthy boat owners. It's totally family. Family is totally family friendly. Totally family friendly.
Yeah.
I just can't say enough. So there was a cornhole tournament in the middle. Kate Madeline and I were like right on the sidelines. We watched like the final 3 rounds, and you'd think like, oh, who wants to watch the cornhole tournament? But we were so into it. We were cheering for the guys, high fiving them. It was like that movie with the bowling Kingpin, where it's like this. There's this. I did not realize there's a whole cornhole subculture of like these guys that live, breathe, eat, shit and sleep cornhole.
Oh, wow.
There's I think it's called the Patriot Cornhole League or something like that, and they have shirts and everything. Dude, they had guys with all cornhole swag on. Like the guy had like wristbands up around his forearm and stuff, and and the sweat. These guys were all in on cornhole, and to watch it was so fun. I just got a notification. It's not going to help our viewers now, but I'll have to retweet this. Safathia just sent me a message that Wingershik is closed.
Oh.
Let me just see what.
Because it's filled up.
Yeah, Wingershik is filled up. Well, at this point, when people get this, it's not going to.
I know.
Matter.
Put it on the.
I'll put it. I'll retweet. I always retweet her stuff, so she'll know that it gets redone.
Okay.
But so we got there relatively early. So it was and the kids, what else they love to do? Mile marker pool. They were in the pool for like 2.5 hours.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wingershik closed to non-residents. Signboards have been programmed to alert traffic. Police cruiser is in place at Concord and Atlantic, turning traffic around. Good Harbor Beach closed to non-residents. So they're taking people's suggestions, so that road isn't completely bananas.
Well, a couple times I've driven Liv and her friends down and
to Wingershik?
Yeah.
Why would they go there instead of going anonymous or go to Good Harbor?
Once in a while they just like to mix it up. You know how kids are. So
not traffic. I would not bother.
No, what I do is I would like drive part way and then they would walk the rest of the way. But when I'm sitting there, I'm going. Because you can drop them off on the road, and then it's just like a short little. It's not that long of a walk, especially for people that age, right? And then you just turn around and leave everybody else in traffic. But the thing is, I would be there, and I'd be like, "What about the residents who live here? How can they deal with that every warm beach day?"
So you celebrated.
Oh, you were gonna.
So So you have someone very special in your life is in town, and you got to go to a very special place for dinner last night.
That's right. It's my darling daughter Liv's 30th birthday, and we celebrated it. One of several celebrations. We have more celebrating to do Monday night, but so we went to Duckworth last night for a wonderful dinner, and I just wishing my sweetest, best friend daughter.
Your favorite child?
No,
well, that's what you just basically said. Your sweetest, best
friend daughter.
Okay.
And I have my
favorite child.
I have my sweetest, wonderful son.
We tease. This is the ongoing teasing. Yes.
I adore both my
You see Alex all the time, though, and you barely see Liv because she's away.
But
can I ask you a question?
I don't see Alex that much because he works so much.
He does.
He works so much. But, I mean, I adore my son. He is, like...
He's amazing.
He is an amazing dad. I mean, my heart swells every time I see him with his daughter.
So, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I know you love Alex, and he's amazing. But so when Liv moved away, right?
Yeah.
So Eric Lord and his daughter just moved to San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, he called me up. He was an emotional mess.
Aww.
Because she's been in Boston for a while. It's not like he gets to see her all the time. She's older, you know what I mean?
Right.
But he's like, it just hit him. Like, oh my God. So what was that like the day that she kind of moved out of Gloucester?
And went to college?
Not to college, because college, they're coming back. When she goes, in his head, she's going to San Diego, and there's not going to be any reason to ever come back here other than visits once in a while.
Well, the hardest part for me was when she went to college. So that was I mean, as much as I, was so happy and elated, and it was very hard getting into the conservatory at BU, and it was, and she worked really, really hard for many years to do that, and that was for me the hardest one. That was the hardest move.
Because after that, she ended up going, New York isn't that far.
New York isn't that far, and she went to BU for 4 years. Then she lived at home for 6 months before she went to graduate school in New York, and I would still go down there all the time to New York. And then when she and Matt moved to California, that was different because
So that wasn't a big. So that one wasn't as hard for you.
No, because I flew. I went even though that she moved to California, she was coming back once a month for work and stuff that, and he was, and I went out there.
So they still have their place in New York when they moved to California?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. They and then they, she's still in the place that they had together.
Yeah.
But so when she talked,
so for you, college was that initial moving away was the toughest.
Because for me, I have a very fragmented, scattered family, and it's a lot of sadness over that. I mean, I have a lot of personal sadness over that, and so for me, that was oh no, the family, our family life is ending, but it didn't really, and so that's a beautiful thing for me. What I mean, that my kids want to come home, love being home, love being with their mom and dad at even at this age. So that's a very joyful, gratifying thing for me.
So you took her to Duckworth.
So we went to Duckworth, and I gave her
That's your special place.
That's our very special. I would eat there just any. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's our special place, and it's a place we just love to go because I adore the people that work there.
Yeah.
I mean, so now we have all these sisters in the neighborhood. So we have Michelle, and her sister just moved here from North Carolina.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right across the street. And then Jillian, do you know Mandy, the mom of Pilar and Frida? They live in the Sacred Cod House, married to Jock.
Yeah.
Mandy's sister just moved here. So it's just
fun.
So awesome. So anyways, it's just such a family.
From where? Where did they move here from?
From California.
Okay, so I just want to say something right now. Okay, this is going to be a little off topic, but I have to say it. There's the people, the anti-development people, right? That say, "Oh, you can't build these, you can't renovate these places or you can't put condos here, you can't put anything here because it's going to be gentrification."
Right.
You can't control, and look, these people are you're very happy that these people moved here, right?
Yeah.
And they're wonderful, beautiful people that moved here. We're happy. I embrace them. Right. You embrace them.
Right.
Everybody embraces them.
Right.
You can't pick and choose. In my head, all these people. Every time there's a development that wants to come up, they're "Oh, it's going to gentrify."
Right.
We don't have, unless we just want to make it intentionally a shithole. Right. People are coming here.
Right.
So it's
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but and also I see other things too. There was a recent article in the paper about folks wanting to put solar panels on their antique house, and people were all up in arms about that as well. It's a historical house, how could you do that? But they'd already renovated it 10 years earlier, right? Yeah. So there are a lot of things.
Pick and choose.
Right,
they can pick and choose. If it's the super wealthy couple, we don't want them here.
Right.
But we want the kind of earthy, crunchy, really nice, these families here, right?
You can't control it.
You're not going to control.
The most you can do is, I wish that there was more housing.
I wish there was more condensed housing.
Yeah.
The usual suspects are the 90% of the people that I saw are all happy about the Fuller, that they, they're going to put housing up there and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And the usual suspects are up in arms. What's that going to do to the traffic there? And this, that, and the other thing. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm how this may. I might be wrong, but this may be an avenue for people that lived in Gloucester that had big houses,
Right,
and the kids are out of their house to be able to downsize, still live in Gloucester at this development over there,
Right,
and maybe pass on their house to their kids.
Right.
Or maybe, open it up, because if there's more stuff on the
Right.
market, more
Right.
people can,
Right, that's true.
it
That's a really good
controls the
point, right.
prices, right?
Right, that's a really good point.
But, the way they look at it, any development is,
I know.
God forbid, what it is the fact is, they're scared to death somebody's going to make some money.
Yeah.
At the root of it.
Well, also I think people, like, I'll never forget how horrified somebody on our street was. I mean, she's passed away now, because we had a neighborhood street tree planting, and we had many meetings to ask people, like, how do you feel about this? And we never heard from her until the day we were planting the trees on our street. And she was calling the DPW and wondered why her tax dollars were going towards planting trees on the street. But I later learned that she was afraid her taxes would go up because you know what I mean.
Nicer,
because it got nicer. So I think that's part of the fear that people have. I mean, it's very.
Did I tell you the story that I went to the Beauport Hotel, the bar at the Beauport Hotel?
No.
And sitting at like a couple seats down from me was one of the main people that were at every single meeting, screaming heretic, like that this was going to be the ruination of the world, this hotel, and they were sitting at. I'm like, how do you even? What fucking
amazing.
Balls on you to fucking even show up at this bar after the fucking all the bullshit, all the shit you stirred on this place.
Wow.
And I saw some pictures on the blog just recently of some other people vehemently against the blog on Pavilion Beach, which has never looked so clean and cleared off and everything else.
Right. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's just
that's,
so outrageous.
So,
anyway. I got off track. I'm sorry. What did you order at Duckworth's?
Well, I almost ordered the quail, but Liv was ordering the quail, which allowed me to order the lobster risotto. And Tom had the new haddock dish.
So tough to get away from that lobster risotto if you go there. So
I know.
tough.
There were like 5 things that I was like, I want to try the duck confit, But anyway, and then they had a new dessert, this fabulous lemon meringue pie with the meringue like this high. Oh, you want to know the sweetest thing? Like, Michelle had to do something and her husband had to do something. So her kids, we walk in.
Atticus
and Meadow and their cousin, Jackson, who now lives across the street from them.
Oh, God.
They're all sitting, all dressed up, their hair slicked back, all sitting there having dinner together.
Oh, because the parents are out.
Yeah, because Michelle was working.
Right.
And Ken loves to feed the kids.
Oh my God!
He like
so
and Michelle tells her kids, you order it exactly the way Ken has it on the menu.
Right.
So I said to Meadow, like, what did you have for dinner? And she was like, oh, I had the bistro frisee, ubiquitous salad, and the duck confit. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
And then they all had desserts, and it was just the sweetest thing to say. We're very blessed to have like a little community, neighborhood place like that. It's really extraordinary. I don't think there's too many I mean, you wouldn't see a place like this in a neighborhood in Wellesley or Weston. You know what I mean? It's not maybe on their main business area, but not just a beautiful little French neighbor. I don't know. It's just.
Oh, it's awesome. Tell me about so. Just by coincidence, I have to give credit. I got to look it up on my phone. Talk about yesterday we had 2 posts back to back, including blue herons, and it was not by design.
It wasn't by design, right.
So go ahead and tell me the story about your phone.
Well, so I came onto the beach and I'm filming the plovers and this peregrine falcon that was being dive bombed by least terns. So I'm not really paying attention, and the peregrine falcon was pretty scary. But then I turn around and there's these 3 great blue herons strolling along. I mean, they're just like, there was people doing things, there was people swimming in the water, there was people exercising, and they were just like literally just strolling on the beach. And this woman who was doing exercises ran, like, she's like running, and she's running towards them, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what are the herons going to do? They're all going to fly away, right? And then she's running towards them, and then she turns around and runs back the other direction. So she's like running back and forth, and she's totally does not
oblivious.
Totally,
I don't know how you're oblivious to blue herons.
Great
Are
blue herons.
huge.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. They're like 4.5, 5 feet tall. I don't know how tall they are because I've never been that close. But anyways, it was super fun to see. And yours was a.
I'm feverishly trying to find in my email to give credit because we were at the blowout and I posted it on the fly.
So somebody sent you a picture and it was a very dead looking great blue heron that had been dead for a while, but you said that's a new bass that was in its mouth.
Yeah, the bass, the striper did not look like it was
old.
Jesus! You know who sent it to me? I should know. Bip. So it must have been on Cranes.
Oh, must have been on Cranes. Wow.
Yeah, I got to. So Bippy sent it. I have to go back in and edit the photo.
Yeah. So, but I can tell that the bird had been there for a while because their feathers are much darker.
Oh, really?
Those feathers were really pale.
Ah.
Or it could have just been very sunny there as well. Okay, so there's also another beautiful bird on our shores right now, little blue herons, and they're smaller than great blue herons. That's why they're called little blues, and their babies are pure white.
Ooh.
So,
can you? Would a not educated person confuse those with a
snowy egret?
Yeah.
Yes, they would.
Because snowy egrets we have all over the place
right,
now, right?
Right. So little blue herons you see more at ponds, hanging out in trees right now. They're at freshwater ponds a lot right now. The best way to tell, I'm gonna put up a post about how to tell herons apart because there's I found a really good poster. If you look at herons' bills, that's one way you can tell.
Especially what's the tell?
Because like a little blue heron has like a little bit of a recurve to the bill, where like a great blue heron has a much straighter, heavier bill. Okay. And then by color and so little blue herons are more the size of snowy egrets. They're in between great blue herons and snowy egrets, but their babies are pure white. But there's also a calico stage, which is amazing, and it's black and white. They're like blue, deep blue and white, so they like black and white. So I got this amazing photo of an adult, and they're beautiful. They're dark bluish gray with a reddish maroon head, and a calico and a pure white baby,
wow.
and all in the same.
The one that you posted the other day.
Those are great. Those are great blue herons.
Great blue herons. And how tall would you say that those were? They looked enormous, but I didn't know. I couldn't tell if they were enormous or if it was the perspective because the lady was so far in the background.
No, they really are enormous.
Wow.
They really are enormous.
That's
like
cool.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'd say when their necks are long, it's at least
How
4.
often do you see them around here? Are they
5,
coming more and more? Do you see more and more like everything else?
Yeah, I think so. And also, you see them more this time of year, but I honestly have never seen 3 together like that. You know what I mean? It was just, especially right on the beach. I'll see them, kind of at the edge of a pond or whatever. You know what I mean? Not just like right out in the open like that.
I know you have to go. I just want you to tell me. You mentioned the Our Lady of Good Voyage Carillon Bell concerts have returned. When can people listen for them? So
if you're at home or anywhere, practically anywhere, downtown or East Gloucester, if the wind's going the right direction, you can hear the carillon bells at 5:30 every Saturday for the next couple weeks through, I think, the first week in September. Luann Palazzola is the caroller, and they're just beautiful. But the best place to hear them is right down by Our Lady of Good Voyage. My hope is one of these days I'm going to record it and have that.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, just have that in the background for any film projects or whatever.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just have some B-roll of the carillon.
You could even You could make it into a post. You could take a
Yeah.
nice photo of Our Lady at the
Yeah.
at the nice
And-
light,
right.
and then just put it on
Okay.
YouTube with the background of the.
Of the
the-
music?
of the music. I mean,
Yeah,
just something
that would be
we can do.
beautiful.
I think so.
Yeah, we should do that. I'll do that.
Awesome.
I'll do that.
All right, GloucesterCast 291 is in the
Wow.
books.
Wow.
Thanks, Kim.